Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Uh, I do have the fan on because it's hot. I usually have it on. I'm probably gonna have it on more often now as we get closer to uh, as spring is about to start and summer, all that stuff. But how are you guys doing today? Uh, Let me see. How do we sound? Looks like we sound fine, and it looks like uh, the camera is pretty good. Not perfect, um, but yeah, we're gonna be reacting to the Xbox thing podcast. Uh, Now it's not up yet on YouTube. I think they're just gonna upload it, like they're just gonna drop it. Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. Um, but yeah. Um, how you guys doing today? Ow. I have some dry skin. I was trying to get it off. Anyway, we have like 14 minutes till it comes out, the thing. Um, so I was totally expecting a Nintendo Direct, and there wasn't today, like a partner thing. I'm kind of glad there wasn't. In the meantime, I kind of want to play Tetris 99 for a little bit. Uh, we got a few minutes to kill, and I do want to talk about my predictions, quote unquote, of this event. Honestly, I don't expect too much of it. It is a podcast, so I think it's gonna be a little bit long. Um, from what I saw, apparently the Xbox podcast takes uh, it's like between like 25 minutes and like 90 minutes or something. Um, but yeah, we'll play this for like a few minutes and then we'll switch over to the YouTube app on the Switch. Uh, it's actually the first time this week I'm playing my Switch. mm. I need to actually play it later today to play Switch Sports. But anyway, what are my thoughts on this event? What's going to happen? Um, well, like I said, I don't think there's going to be too much. Uh, I was thinking, okay, so when we first heard of the event happening, well, not when the news first broke out that Xbox, like, they might bring, like, stuff like Starfield, Hi-Fi Rush to, like, other platforms. I'm gonna be honest, I was a little disappointed because I was finding it, like, a really hard to justify keeping my Xbox, uh, a Series S. I was like I was like if they do this, like what would be the point of owning an Xbox then? You know, I could use that money to re-get some Switch games. If you've been following my channel, you would know I had to sell some Switch games to even afford the Xbox and PlayStation. So if I could resell it to afford to re-get some games. So I was a little disappointed when the news first broke out, uh, but looking more into, okay, oh my god. Uh, but hold on. I need to cook real quick. Okay, I'm not gonna cook. I'm dead. Okay. But thinking about it, like for like a day or two, I realized that this is not that big of a deal because Xbox has already been putting their stuff on other platforms, specifically a lot on Switch, but even on PlayStation with like Minecraft, Cuphead, technically speaking. Uh, so this isn't a big deal. And as the week went on, it started to become less like, oh, Starfield, Halo, Gears of War coming to PlayStation, and more so, oh, Hi-Fi Rush, maybe Sea of Stars, and then there's like another game I forgot the name of, but it's so forgettable that uh, I can't even remember the name of. It's like not even a big deal game, but like, uh, so yeah, and apparently those things about like Starfield and stuff like that, or they're considered from what the rumors say. Which again, I don't usually put stock into dumb rumors. If I put stock in a rumor about the Nintendo Direct, then guess what happened? It wasn't real today. Uh, but I think because there's like so many rumors about this, I think, and it was confirmed with the business update thing happening today. We don't know exactly what's going to be talked about, but we know, yeah, it's probably about the third party stuff. So, yeah, but I don't think this is a big deal because, they could be timed exclusives for the Xbox. It's not every single title, and it's going to take time for games to come out to other platforms, probably, at least some of them. So, yeah, I don't think this event is going to be too much of a big deal. Why am I so bad at this? Uh, I guess because I'm talking, I'm not really focusing. I don't know. But I think because this is a podcast, there's kind of probably going to be a bit of rambling. But it will probably also allow them to talk about everything. But I think at the end of the day, this event is going to boil down to, oh, it's going to be a case by case basis on which game goes to PlayStation and on Switch, um, which like that's just what they're gonna do. I think that's what's gonna happen. They're not gonna say every game is coming to everywhere, or they're not gonna say like I think they're just literally gonna say it's a case by case basis. Uh, so yeah, what games I think are they even gonna announce any games specifically? I think maybe um I was thinking they would do something for like the Nintendo Direct thing that was rumored. Oh, by the way, with the Nintendo Direct, apparently, it was supposed to happen this week, but uh, they moved it because of the Xbox event, which I guess makes slightly sense, even though Nintendo has had the directs with other when there were other events like on the same day. Like there was like a PlayStation State of Play and like a Nintendo Direct like on the same day like twice or something. Uh, so I don't know. I mean, I guess this is a more bigger deal, but still, like Anyway, but I think it's possible we see some games get talked about in specifics. But I would have expected something like I'm an idiot. Something like Hi-Fi Rush to like appear like a Nintendo Direct, but it will probably just show up here. They'll probably say, "Oh yeah, Hi-Fi Rush is coming to like Switch and PlayStation soon." I don't know. They'll probably say something like that. I don't think they won't give us a trailer or something like that. Um, but yeah, probably mention maybe Sea of Thieves. There was like they put out a tweet, something about roses are red, sometimes they're green, or sometimes they're white. I don't know, and that seemed to hint like at the console's colors. Oh my god. Okay, let's do one more round, and then I think we should switch to the YouTube app on these Switch. Yeah. I am a little bit worried that this is gonna be a long event. I forgot to mention this, but I last streamed like at 9 p.m. Right? No, like it was like 10 p.m. my time, Mountain Standard Time, and I haven't slept since. So yeah, I've been up for quite a while, and I'm not super tired, but I am probably gonna go to sleep like after I finish stream. So that should be interesting. But yeah, I hope this event isn't too long though, because I'm more likely to have energy for the rest of the stream if it's not too long, you know. Um, but because it is a podcast, I feel like, yeah, it's gonna be kind of long. I'm a little worried about that. Yeah. There. But yeah, I really don't expect too much in this event, in all honesty. I think people were, in fact, myself, in fact, when we first heard of the rumor, I think we were kind of blowing this thing, like, overboard, you know? Like, this is a somewhat big deal, but at the same time, I don't think it's a super big deal, if that makes sense. Uh, like, I think they'll still continue to make Xbox consoles. Uh, they're not gonna say in this event, "Oh yeah, we're done making Xboxes. See you later, guys." I also think. Okay, hold on. Okay. But yeah, they're not gonna say that. Uh, I think we just kind of overblew it. You know. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. You know, what this event holds. Hmm. It is 4 minutes. Okay. I need to lose like eventually, so so I could go watch the event. Again, it is not up yet, at least from when I last checked. So uh, I think it's gonna be on the Xbox, right? YouTube account. Can anyone confirm? I think it's on the Xbox like official YouTube channel, which I do have up. Like I checked it earlier to make sure there was nothing on there. I think it's that one. Oh hey, Retrospective J. Welcome to the stream. The event is going to start. It hasn't started yet. In 3 minutes, it's going to start. I think it's just a YouTube video. Basically, it's gonna be uploaded to YouTube like at 1 Mountain Standard Time. Uh, Whatever the thumbnail says. For the time zones, you know. But yeah, it's gonna start in a few minutes. It hasn't started yet. Don't worry. Though there probably won't be much to show, but anyway, I'm doing better now, which is kind of weird because I was, we're close to the event now. Maybe I was just a little rusty because I haven't played my Switch in a while. I've been mostly playing Persona, like, I've been really addicted to Persona 3 Reload. Like, I am loving that game. Oh my god. Anyway, let's go to YouTube. Uh, Well, actually, really quick, let me claim the platinum stuff on here. We'll have time, you know. Cool, cool. Okay, let me claim this real quick and then we'll hop on to YouTube. Again, I think it's on the Xbox official YouTube channel, right? I think. Oh, God, it's so laggy. Come on. Okay, also, yeah, I will be doing the thing, the Splatfest for stream tomorrow, so no worries. Okay, I need to claim this. Okay, 1 minute till I guess it gets uploaded onto YouTube. I wish they did this like a live stream, you know? In fact, when I first heard podcast, I thought it was gonna be like a live thing. But no, it's not. Uh, like, maybe they'll still take questions from like Twitter or something, but I mean, I can understand why they wouldn't do it live. Probably a lot of people complaining. But at the same time, I feel like you gotta address some of the comments, right? For uh, for this, for what people think, like the concerns people have. Uh, okay. Um, okay, let's go to YouTube. YouTube's. It is 1 o'clock now. Let me put up the volume here for you guys. Okay. Xbox. Yeah, I searched it up earlier to see. Where's the official account? You know. Oh my God, where is PlayStation going third party? What? Okay, am I probably scroll down of somewhere here? There. Okay, this is the official Xbox One. I don't see anything yet, but hold on. Top videos. Wait. The official Xbox podcast. So it should be part of this section. If anyone would help me, like if it gets posted, let me know if it's out, so I can find it.
Games in this pod.
Yeah, it's not this one, by the way. It is time, so where is the events? I don't know. We got a lot of viewers here. Everyone wants to see my reaction. But where is it? What the heck? I didn't mean to click that. I appreciate everyone stopping by, though. It is very much appreciated. Where the heck is it, dude? So how come there's no section for like the new stuff? In fact, let me hold on. No. Xbox. What was it? The business update. God, why is this so laggy here? Someone's watching YouTube as well. Yeah, let's do streamception. 2 minutes ago. Okay, this is 22 minutes. Okay, that's good. 2 minutes ago, we found it. Okay, let's go. God, I wish this was a live stream, but we found it.
Hello and welcome to the official Xbox podcast. I'm your host, Tina Amini, and we have a very special episode today, as you can probably tell by the fact that I'm joined by Phil, Sarah, and Matt. Welcome.
Matt Booty.
Talk about some
got his last name.
We want to talk about game exclusivity. We want to talk about Activision Blizzard, now that they're part of our portfolio, how that might be an impact on Game Pass. And we want to talk about hardware, too, and how all of this fits into the strategy at Xbox. So where should we start, Phil?
Well, when we originally had planned for the show, starting back in December, I think we probably would have started with Activision Blizzard, maybe talked a little bit about the exclusivity with some of the news coming up, and then hardware. But we've had some unforeseen news that has come out. So let's just go and tackle the exclusivity question, because I know it's on the minds of a lot of people. We hear from the community, and that's an important input for us. So we made the decision that we're going to take 4 games to the other consoles, just 4 games.
Okay.
Not a change to our kind of fundamental exclusive strategy. We're making these decisions for some specific reasons. We make every decision really with the long-term health of Xbox in mind. And long-term health of Xbox means a growing platform, our games performing, building the best platform for creators, reaching as many players as we can. We're always looking to learn as a leadership team and to grow. We think this is an interesting point in time for us to use what some of the other platforms have right now to help grow our franchises. So we're going to do that.
So these 4 titles, what are they? Can you say?
Tell us.
I'm not going to name those games. The teams that are building those games.
It's one of them is Hi-Fi Rush, guaranteed.
Far away. As we know, game teams put a lot of energy into their announcements with the partners. So I don't want to take anything away from those teams. So I won't be talking about the titles specifically, but I think when they come out.
One of them is 100% Hi-Fi Rush.
Either of those titles are Starfield or Indiana Jones?
They are not Starfield or Indiana Jones.
Well, what was the criteria
Okay, that's good.
and how the team was thinking about selecting those 4 titles?
Let me start a little bit outside of that, and then I'll get to the 4 specific games that we're talking about right now. Is the fundamental decision driver for any decision that we make, anything we're going to talk about today, is the long-term health of Xbox. That we're running a growing platform, that is reaching more players, that our games are having as much success as possible. And I do have a fundamental belief that over the next 5 or 10 years, exclusive games that are exclusive to one piece of hardware, are going to be a smaller and smaller part of the game industry. And that's not some great insight, because if you look at the last 10 years and what the biggest games are
Probably
today,
Nintendo will be the last holdout, honestly, because there was talking about, PlayStation was talking about this as well, actually.
You see big games landing on multiple platforms, and we want to be a great platform for creators that are trying to realize that potential. But now back to the specifics of the question on these four specific titles. We looked at games that are over a year old, so they've been on Xbox and PC for a while.
Yeah, I think that 100% makes sense.
Community-driven games, new games.
When I thought about it for like a day.
Of a franchise that have reached their full potential, let's say on Xbox and PC. There's always growth. Franchises that we obviously want to continue to invest in. Part of having the ability to continue to invest is that the businesses behind those franchises continue. We think it's important to be service-based games that have communities behind them, that they can have confidence that they're going to exist in the future. So 2 of them, kind of community-driven games that will end up on other platforms and give us the ability to continue to invest in them. We think that's great.
That's Sea of Thieves, obviously, by the way.
And so 2 of the other games are smaller games that were never really meant to be built as kind of platform exclusives and all the fanfare that goes around that.
Like, it's 100% Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves.
That we love supporting creative endeavors across our studios.
One of them is another game I forgot the name of. I don't know what the 4th one would be.
As they realize their full potential on Xbox and PC, we see an opportunity to utilize the other platforms as a place to just drive more business value out of those games, allowing us to invest in maybe future iterations of those or sequels to those.
I would love that for Hi-Fi
other
Rush.
games like that in our portfolio. And when we don't damage Xbox and we can grow our business using what other platforms have to help us with that, we're going to do that. And that's really the story behind these 4 games. And the last thing I'll say, looking forward, I think there is an interesting story for us of introducing Xbox franchises to players on other platforms to get them more interested in Xbox. We think there's a good,
and I think that
brand
100% makes sense.
There. So 4 games, no promise beyond that. So if you're on those other platforms and you see these 4 games coming, please don't take it as some signal that everything's coming. It's not. And we're going to learn.
So when you are thinking about the future and this concept of live service games that can benefit from bigger audiences, new audiences, how does that apply to future titles and how you're applying that criteria there?
Yeah, there's really no fundamental change to how we think about exclusivity. We just came out of Developer Direct, which was an awesome show, where we showed great games that are coming to Xbox and PC and cloud, which really makes them accessible to hundreds of millions.
So I would have probably reacted to that, but I think I was tired or sleeping when it was around.
Key of play the games you want, with the people you want, anywhere you want.
When that was live,
everybody plays, we all win. these have been part of our strategy for years and will continue to be. Our focus is on how do we continue to grow the games industry by reaching more players in more places, and how do we grow Xbox as part of that. Xbox is a hardware platform, Xbox is a publisher of great games, and Xbox as a platform for the world's best creators.
And then knowing that, how do we think about our first-party games and Game Pass?
Yeah, well, to build on what Phil just said, one thing I would add, when you were talking about growth, is just that we've sort of seen this inversion over the last 5 years, where it used to be that the platform was the biggest thing, and the games would sort of tuck in within the platform. Today, big games like a Roblox or a Fortnite could actually be bigger than any one platform. And that really has changed the way that we think about things. So in the midst of all that, I think we at First Party can come back to sort of some core principles. First, that all of our games will be on the Xbox platform. Second, all of our games will go into Game Pass on day one. And third, we know that Game Pass will only be available on Xbox. So those are sort of starting points for us. As Phil mentioned, there are games today that you can play that only can be found on Xbox. And at the same time, we want to bring more of our games to more players. So we're going to continue to look at that. Kind of moving aside, though, from some of those and thinking more about what does it really mean for the player, to me, the two key things are cross-play and cross-save. Those things allow us to deliver on
so that would be
the promise of
great.
Xbox, which is play with your
I wish
friends,
more games
wherever
had
they are,
cross-save.
play on the devices you want, play the games you want. So that is really only possible at a practical
So it looks like Game Pass is staying the same, mostly, at least so from what I gathered so far, which is great. I'm happy, which I thought was the case, but people were worried again. So way overblown.
Xbox family, there's some catch up to do as we get there. But that cross-play, cross-save is like so fundamental to what we're doing, and I think it's something that we as First Party get such a good benefit from being so close to the platform.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the things, like you said, all of our games are always in Game Pass. And so I'm excited to announce, with the coming together that we had with Activision Blizzard King, that Activision and Blizzard games are coming to Game Pass, starting with Diablo 4 on March 28th. Which
Nice,
I'm super
okay,
excited
cool.
to share today. And it's
Cool.
all part of our commitment to make
I'm happy.
the Xbox experience.
I'm happy
and
Game
games
Pass
that
is
we
staying the
build
same.
as
I was kind of
widely
worried,
available
but
as
I was
possible. Now, the 34
I
million
was
Game Pass members can
mostly
all
more
enjoy
confident was
the
going to.
fantastic experience of Diablo 4.
Amazing. Can we come back to the point, Phil, you mentioned at the top, this isn't really a change.
I'm waiting for the
in
Crash
strategy
Bandicoot
for us.
games
Can you
though on
recap
Game
for me
Pass,
how it isn't?
specifically
Yeah,
Crash
and I
4.
thought both Matt and Sarah did a really nice job of talking about what we're doing on Xbox, where we're going.
Because I haven't finished that
if
game.
if you take a platform feature like Xbox Play Anywhere, which has been a promise that we've made on our first-party games, that you can buy our game once, you're going to play across Xbox and Windows. I think we're the only platform that does this. That makes it possible for you not only to play with your friends wherever they are, but to know that you actually have multiple entitlements to the game. I think that's a technology I'd love to see applied to more platforms. But it is this view that people are going to play Xbox in multiple places. Whether it's play the games you want with the people you want, anywhere you want, whether it's content community in cloud, whether it's when everybody plays, we all win. Like, we've had different taglines, different strategy, kind of words that we've used, but always with this view that Xbox is a platform for creators who want to reach the most players. Our investments in xCloud, our investments in franchises like Minecraft and now Call of Duty and other large franchises, so we can learn how to build those. This has been a strategy that we've been on for, I'd say, a decade. It's not about one device. It's not about games in service of a device.
And that's also very
but
true.
Rather, the devices that people want to play on should be in service of making the games as big and popular as they possibly could be. Because really, a healthy creator community on Xbox, a healthy creator community in gaming all up, is the thing that all of us as game players should be voting for, because that's the thing that will lead to the best long-term success and growth in this industry.
And my understanding, just from listening and learning from you three over the past few weeks, just understanding what's happening with Xbox, is that we see trends with player behavior where people are playing on multiple devices. That is the reality. and we have put some games out on multiple platforms before. So my understanding is that that's been good for players. How does that come back to the business with all of that in mind?
They make more money.
Like you said, we have shipped games on other platforms. In fact, realistically, if you look with the addition of Activision and Blizzard and ZeniMax, we're one of the largest game publishers on PlayStation. We're one of the largest publishers on the Nintendo Switch, especially when you put Minecraft into the equation as well. And now we're one of the largest publishers on mobile platforms as well. And that's not something that we want to back away from. We want to continue to be building great games that millions and millions of people can love, and that they can play those games where they want to go play. But we do understand the business success that Xbox has to have. Us as leaders in this business, the system today, the system that all companies that we play video games from, is a world of you got to be growing your business. Growth in our Xbox business is critical to the long-term health of Xbox. Many people know I've been on Xbox for over 20 years, and I want to make sure Xbox is in the best position for the next 20 years. That means healthy player community, healthy creator community, and healthy business. So when we look at opportunities to allow more people to play, more people to engage, more people to buy, more people to subscribe, it's all about putting Xbox in the best position. And our hardware is a critical component of that. The absolute best experience somebody has on Xbox is hardware that your team builds and that people play on. But that's not going to be everybody. We fully accepted that we're going to have Xbox players across all kinds of devices.
So I think a lot of people think about 2023 as this incredible year for gaming, and in a lot of ways
Obviously.
it was. There were some really amazing releases that I think we all enjoyed. But what were the signals behind the scenes that maybe indicated how we wanted to look at the future of Xbox and how we kind of keep up with the industry?
Yeah, such a good question. And I think it's, as people who care about the industry, which I assume is people who are watching this, it was an amazing year. Some great launches, some of the games that I think will stand the test of time and people will be talking about a decade from now. But it's an industry that didn't really grow. And what happens when an industry doesn't grow? You end up with some job eliminations, which we had. We had even our own hard decisions to make about building a sustainable business for ourselves, but in no way were we alone in that. When you think about a healthy industry, I want players who believe that they will find the best games on the platforms that they love. I want people who invest their careers in working here to feel like this is a place that they can be successful. And that really is down to being part of an industry that is growing. If you listen to Lisa Su, the AMD CEO, she'll say that AMD-powered consoles are likely to decline in 2024. I think there's an amazing set of games coming in 2024, but if we don't get to growing as an industry, the industry will struggle. And today there's really two choices on how do you grow the industry. Do you say I have a fixed number of players, the players that we have today, and do I find new ways to monetize those players to get more money from the players that I have? Or do you think about how do I expand the business I have by finding new players and adding those to the base of players that already play? Our focus on Xbox for the last decade has really been on that latter point of how do we make sure Xbox is growing for our players, growing for our creators, so those people are finding success on our platform, which will grow the Xbox business and put Xbox in a position to be very strong for years and decades to come.
Matt, earlier you were talking about these growing gaming
And I think that makes
communities,
sense,
how they're
obviously.
incredibly large, and comparable on such a different level when we think about console audiences. Like you mentioned Roblox, you mentioned Fortnite. So how are we're obviously thinking about our responsibility, our hardware responsibility is supporting the growth of gaming communities. How has that actually shown up for the players? Are there other games we can speak to from our portfolio?
Well, as Phil mentioned, two of the biggest ones for us, Call of Duty and Minecraft, they are driven just from the bottom up by the communities of people that play those games, which is so great. I think about it for the player community, it comes down to where are the friends, where are the people you play with, and then equally important is where have you built up your library of games, right? Where have you invested?
The digital library.
Those two things probably are some of the biggest influences on where people choose to play and what devices they choose to play.
Yeah.
When we think about, on the other side, the developer side, just any game developer wants their game to find the biggest audience possible. That's just the nature of building a game. You want people to enjoy and participate in what you've made. And I think we're in a unique position to deliver on that just because we are the platform. We built hardware we've got a first-party games group, and then we've got a system that ties that together, that brings together your friends, your progression, your achievements, all of that. And I think that's really what has contributed to the momentum behind some of these communities.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you look at, just step back and look at the history of the industry, we've moved from a place where it used to be that someone built and launched a game to accelerate hardware, to actually the things we do with our hardware and with our platform are all in service of making those games bigger. And we think about that across all of the investments we make, the consoles we build, the investments we do with things like cross-play, cross-progression, the things that we're doing with cloud. How do we actually give more options to game creators so they can have the greatest success? I think one of the fun recent examples about this is actually Power World. You know, Power World was able to launch, they were a game preview, they launched in Game Pass, they also simultaneously launched in Steam. So the combination of those things,
and that worked really well for them.
This outsized success, and it was the largest third-party Game Pass launch ever. And that's all because we give creators options on how they can launch their games. We've got subscription, we've got retail, we've got free-to-play, we've got frame preview, we have the consoles, we have our experience on PC, and they can access all of those things. And when we step back and we just look at the performance of our platform all up, we know it's working. We're at the highest level of users on console, the highest level of users on PC, the highest level of users on cloud ever. We have double-digit growth rate on PC and cloud, places where we're enabling creators to actually reach new players beyond the console ecosystem. And that's why we're leaning into it and doing more, because we see all those signals.
So we're talking about the role that hardware plays for creators, for the games and those communities. What about the role that hardware plays for us as a business, for Xbox?
When we look at our hardware, it really is, and Phil said this earlier, it's where you get like the most flagship seminal experience of Xbox. And it also represents a developer target. Our developers can build the specs of our hardware, and we invest to make sure they know when they do that the games are going to run great on our hardware, but they're also going to be able to be accessed across any screen because of all the other investments we make. So we're giving them an easy way to access as many players as possible. And we actually have more creators right now building for Xbox than ever before, by nature, thousands of them, by nature of those investments. And we got more to come. There's some exciting stuff coming out in hardware we're going to share this holiday, and we're also invested in the next generation roadmap. And what we're really
hardware in this holiday
is delivering the largest technical leap we've ever seen in a hardware generation.
Is there going to be actually a mid-gen thing for Xbox?
For creators and the visions that they're building.
And then when we're talking about hardware too, there's these other considerations that are really important to our community, probably to each one of ourselves as well. When you talk about library, because I want to dig in on that a little bit more. You know, as we talk about cloud in the wider entertainment industry, there's conversations about streaming. How is that impacting how I own my content that I've invested in? So what can we say about our stance around game preservation?
Yeah, you know, one of the highlights for me of being in this position was getting to stand on stage when we announced the back compat coming to Xbox One. It was fantastic. People were
that's one of the best things Xbox done.
And just feeling
that PlayStation and Nintendo barely do.
In the auditorium as we were saying that in online. You know, one of the cues I think us as being part of Microsoft take is looking at Windows and how Windows over decades has maintained software compatibility with things that are built on it. Like I can still go back and play some of the games that I love playing on Windows from decades ago, and it will still run. And we try to bring that same view to consoles. It's harder in console because the line between what the hardware is and what the game is in consoles is traditionally it's tighter, which makes compatibility. You end up doing these generational compatibilities that we've built. But I will say compatibility, the ability to not only play the games, but my saves are still there with our cloud save systems to try to keep the services up as long as we can so that people can play is a tenet of what we are as Xbox. It's at our foundation. And when we look at future hardware generations and what we're going to support, making sure that we respect, which is the word I use, respect the investments that people have made in Xbox.
That's good.
Is fundamental. And the fact that you get entitlements when you buy a game from us on both Windows and Xbox also means you have the ability to play that game across a multitude of devices, which I think furthers the compatibility of the games that we want.
Can we go back to what Xbox
Okay, like 2 more minutes
today?
left.
I think we've pretty much covered all of the elements, but if you could break it down for me.
You know, when you play on Xbox, what we're saying is you're playing on a platform where you know the biggest games in the world are always going to be. You're playing on a platform where you get to access Game Pass. And all of the games from our incredible range of studios will always launch in Game Pass day one. And you're playing on a platform that's dedicated
And
to
I'm happy that it's staying like that. I was kind of worried
cross-save, cross-progression,
a little bit about Game
backwards
Pass.
compatibility, being able to play your games in your library anywhere you want because of the investments that we make in cloud gaming. And so you're playing somewhere where you're investing and you know you get to take the games forward with you and across all of the screens where you are. And I think most importantly, Xbox is a place where you know when you're investing in Xbox, you're investing somewhere that is dedicated to making games more successful and creators more successful so that they can invest more to bring even better experiences to you all the time.
Yeah, that investment in the studios is so, and we feel that as part of first party with the platform proximity. You know, it's kind of amazing now to look out across all the studios we've got and just be reminded that we're now one of the biggest development organizations in the industry. What does that mean for players? It means that the biggest games are going to continue to come to Xbox. And this 2024, the year coming up, we've got more than 10 major releases coming up. Great stuff. Hellblade 2, we've got Diablo expansion, we've got Avowed, Ara, the Indiana Jones game, and there's more in development, which I think we're going to be able to share more about in our June showcase coming up pretty soon.
Well, I guess I should get ready to work on that show. Well, thank you for showing up on the podcast today, and we'll see the rest of you this June.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
June. Oh, there we go. That was the event. Honestly, basically what I was expecting, and more so, that was actually kind of better than I was expecting. Hold on, let me click replay. I want to see the comments people left. So far, 1K comments. Jesus Christ. Finally, every YouTuber I've seen streaming this talks all over the conference. I hope I wasn't doing that too much. I was only doing that a little bit. I was mostly doing that, like, a little bit, I hope. I hope you guys... Okay. Because it's hard. I can understand... Hold on. This is like a side tangent, but I understand why some people do it because it is... Because, for me personally, it's like a hard balance. Like, oh, are we... Like, do we talk over it so you guys have a reason to watch the event? But if we don't talk at all, why won't you just watch the event? Like, I don't know. Like, I understand. It's like a hard balance. But anyway, yeah, okay. The 4 games are Hi-Fi Rush, Prediment, Grounded, and Sea of Thieves. So, live service multiplayer. Only, yeah, 2 of them. Oh, yeah, I know. Hi-Fi Rush, like, obviously. Sea of Thieves, I don't think we heard about Grounded, so that's... I heard of the Pentiment, whatever, right? That's like a forgettable game. I don't even know what that is. And Grounded I did not like when I tried it. But Hi-Fi Rush is good. It's a great game. I can't wait for people to play that. And I haven't played Sea of Thieves. I don't want to. To sum up the entire video, 4 games are coming multi-platform, but Starfield isn't one of them. Or indie. I think you're correct. Makes sense. Halo Master Chief Collect said no. All of those articles that reported that Starfield and Indiana Jones were coming to PS5 needs to be held accountable for reporting false information. Hold on. I want to see... Could have tweeted this. Kind of. I don't know. Wait to feel the rumor mill. I know, right? Hold on. The internet went absolutely nuts with rumors about the future of Xbox, almost none of which were true, and everyone needs to chill out. Everything... What? Yeah, I know, right? Most rumors were about coming... Okay. Did not make it out to look good. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know how many more games will be coming to other platforms. They did not say it was a case by case basis. I still think that's the case, but it's mostly those 4 games, and then we'll see what happens. It's okay. I want to see if someone talks about. Okay, I feel like Diablo should have been day and day release on Game Pass. That probably was the play until the acquisition dragged on for too long. I want to see more people talk about Game Pass because I'm happy it's not like I was looking for that live stream. Me too. I was like, where the heck is? Well, I knew it wasn't a live stream, but I wished it was. Nah, panicked and backtrack, but hey, I mean, they did not back. My God. The only thing Xbox did was like push the event forward. They did not change their mind on what. Oh my God, I don't know. How did the biggest company in the world not do a YouTube premiere? They did. Why? Yeah, why? We'll love replay on Switch. Come on, where's more? Stop talking about Game Pass. I want to do that. New hardware will be announced this holiday. The digital version of Series X, judging by the leaks we saw. Yeah, maybe. I think that's possible. It never, yeah, it wasn't supposed to be live. An email or poster. Come on. Someone talk about Game Pass again. One round. I just won all the cards. I think that's gonna happen. So down a while ago. Come on, is there anything else? So they're just dropping the whole podcast just like that, huh? What? Did they like drop it from the title? Come on, is there anything about the Game Pass? I was surprised how low-key they announced coming to Game Pass. Seemed to be, oh yeah, now let's move on. Okay, guys, I think that's gonna be it for the live stream. Basically what I was expecting, but a little bit more interesting, I guess. Basically, all of those rumors were far and away exaggerated. And people were overreacting, including myself, when we first heard the rumors. But it clearly was not that big of a deal because Xbox has been bringing their games to other platforms already, at least some of them. And they didn't list the games, but like, probably most people already guessed like the 4 games. So, and those games make sense. 2 smaller type games that could be built upon with a more bigger install base, and 2 live service games which like rely on like high player counts. So makes total sense. I'm just really happy, in all honesty. The main thing I was still a little concerned about, I did not, after calming down a bit, I realized they probably weren't going to like, bring every single game to PlayStation and Switch, and like on the same day, whatever. It would be like a year exclusivity, or it would be a case by case basis. But the one thing I was still a little bit worried about was Game Pass. Like, oh, are they going to stop putting day one releases? I don't care about most of the Microsoft first party games, honestly. But having the few day one releases I do care about on Game Pass is really cool. Like a Hi-Fi Rush. This is not a Microsoft title, but like a Persona 3 Reload, you know. I was kind of worried about like day one releases in general on Game Pass, but they're still gonna be doing that. They're committed, and they're bringing over the Activision Blizzard games, which I'm happy about. I can't wait to play some Call of Duties. I have one Call of Duty game because it's on the PS Plus. It was like one of the monthly games. But I want to check out those games, and specifically, I'm more excited for Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. I need to play. I need to finish that game. So, um, but yeah, that was a good event, I think. Could that have maybe? I think they'll probably do a tweet about it. It could have been just a tweet, but I think it's fine the way they did it. You know. Um, but yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me. Uh, Thank you so much for watching. I will be back. I'll be back tomorrow. For both the Splatoon thing, but I'll also probably play probably like around midnight. I'll probably, when I wake up, I'm probably gonna go to sleep soon. But like I will stream probably the next poll game, you know, of like games you guys wanted to see me play. Next up is Final Fantasy VII Remake, so I'll stream that, and then later on we'll stream Splatoon 3 for the Splatfest. It'll be a good time. It'll be a good time. But yeah, I'm gonna go now. I'm actually not that tired, so I do need to record a video and YouTube short, so I'll probably do that. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Good event, honestly. Basically what I expected, probably a little bit more. I'm glad mostly everything is staying the same, though. I'm happy about that. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. Again, can't believe so many people showed up here. I do appreciate it, but that's gonna be it for me. Like, subscribe, please, on Xenoblade, and I'll catch you guys next time for more. Peace. Bye, everyone.